Hi guys and girls, so today we're going to be talking about artwork and I am so excited. I have got some artwork to show you from a lovely lady called Vicky. Now Vicky runs the store Suitably Sinister and I'm sure you may have come across her before. She is not only in our girl group and I not only have posted about her work before on my various platforms, but she is also responsible for creating all the amazing portraits which are shown at the beginning of the A to Z of Goth, which Mama Goth did create and put together. Now I definitely discovered Suitably Sinister through the A to Z of Goth video because she did actually draw a portrait of me which she very kindly offered to send to me. However, upon actually seeing the portrait I absolutely fell in love with her work and she told me that she does do custom pieces, so I decided to actually order a custom piece and in turn I also figured that it would make quite a nice video so you can see sort of the different types of work that she does produce. So as I said, Suitably Sinister did actually kind of create some drawings already, so there was already a portrait which I was getting for free and she did actually offer to send that to me for free. Since I did make a custom order, she did just kind of include it in just to kind of save postage, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go through the whole process which I went through in order to get this final piece and talk about how it works when you do actually order a piece of artwork from Suitably Sinister. So currently Suitably Sinister is running her shop through kind of direct messages as such. So she's putting her artwork on Instagram mainly, and also she does have a Facebook page, both of which I will link down below. So in order to get a custom piece, you just need to send her an Instagram direct message, and I guess if you are someone who only has Facebook, you could also Facebook message her and just kind of pitch your idea of what kind of custom piece you are looking for. I have found with quite a few different artists which I have ordered through or kind of got custom pieces from before, it has been a very similar process in the fact that I have found them on Instagram and done all of my ordering through Instagram. For example, I did have a picture, although it's hidden by this ghost, a picture of my cat and dragon commissioned. That was done the same way through Instagram, along with also I had another picture of my cat, kind of gonna be a theme here. I had a picture of my cat and also Tiddles the dog commissioned as well, and those were both done through Instagram too. So I feel like it is a very kind of common thing for up and coming artists to do. She did also send me a message to let me know that she is hoping to open an Etsy store soon. So whenever that does open, I will update the description down below with a link to her Etsy store. But at the moment you do just order through direct message. Now I do actually have a code that you can use. It's like an affiliate code, which is just TheHauntedBat. So when you are messaging her, if you do just send her what you'd like and say that you have the code TheHauntedBat in capital letters, it'll help her to know kind of where you're coming from and potentially could offer you some discounts in the future. So I will leave that code down in the pinned comments and the description just in case you forget, but I'm sure you won't because it is literally just TheHauntedBat in capital letters. So basically I thought I'd talk you through the process of my order, just because I know sometimes it can be a little bit daunting to order through a company that isn't a website, if that makes sense. So like through a company that's not yet a shop, that is a shop but is through Instagram. As I said, she did contact me first about a portrait which she had done of me. And then I said like, oh, do you do custom pieces? And she explained that she does do custom pieces. I did leave it very much up to her on the size because I just kind of was like, do what you think is best. But if you are looking for a certain size, you could ask for kind of anything between A5, and the piece I ordered was an A3, but I'm sure she would do kind of A2 if you wanted. It sort of just depends what you are after, but I very much left it down to her. The piece I did ordered is of 2 portraits and an animal, so technically 3 things. 2 human and 1 animal. So she did suggest that putting it on an A3 sheet would be best for that kind of size and to ensure that all the detail was in there. But if you were just getting like a singular portrait of you or your friend or a person that you like, whatever you wanted a portrait of, if you just wanted a singular portrait, I'm sure it would fit very nicely on like an A4. But generally I stick to kind of a rule of thumb, whether they be a tattoo artist or like a drawing artist or a painting artist or whatever type of artist they are, they generally know what works best for their artwork. So I just say like, you do you and then I'll sort out a frame kind of thing. Like, I'll do a frame post-production. So I let her know what I wanted. I basically said that I loved the picture that she did of me. She made me look super like spooky, kind of almost like a zombie, which I kind of liked. I will show you that. I will show you it in a minute. But I really liked the picture she did of me. So I asked if potentially she could do another picture of me, but also with Mike as well. And I was kind of thinking, like, my room is getting very full, and I already have like portraits of all of the animals other than Trev. I probably need to get down to that. Other than Trev, I have portraits of all the other animals that I own. Other than Jeff. Jeff is our newest addition to the family. He is a panther chameleon, and I absolutely love Jeff, but unfortunately I can't like physically show you him right here and right now because he lives at Mike's house. So I figured it'd be quite nice if we could get a portrait of me and Mike and Jeff to go behind Jeff's new tank. That was the idea anyway. So this also kind of stemmed back as well to the fact that me and Mike did get a caricature of ourselves done in London. We didn't go specifically to London to get the caricature done, but it definitely was on my to-do list. So we went and got our caricatures done, and they were the worst things I'd ever seen. Like, they accentuated all of my worst parts, and they also, which sounds really pernickety, but they got our piercings wrong. So for example, like Mike has a like horseshoe like barbell through his septum piercing, and they gave him a very chunky like hoop one, a bit like the one I'm wearing now, but like super chunky. And then they gave him like hoop earrings, which looks really weird because he has like a stretched ear, and there was loads of things that they just did like a little bit wrong. I can't remember all the details exactly because I did actually just throw it away. I'm pretty sure they gave me a hooped nose ring as well, which I have nothing against because I love like nose hoops or whatever they're called, but for me it just doesn't really suit me. So I have like my standard jewelry I like to wear. So other than the whole like jewelry front and the fact that they made us look like we were like 4,800 pounds heavier than we actually were, they kind of just accentuated all the worst parts of us, and I just was like, gross. So when I contacted Suitably Sinister, I thought, you know what, it's been 6 years since that caricature, maybe someone else can have a go at drawing me and Mike can actually get it suitably right. And I can tell you right now that Suitably Sinister did get it suitably correct. Actually, they went above and beyond and got it over what I actually expected. But basically I just wanted a kind of portrait done of us, which wasn't like hyper realistic, but also kind of you could tell that it was us. And also I thought that we could put Jeff in there as well, because Jeff is yet to have had a piece of artwork created around him. So Suitably Sinister literally ran with my request. She was so happy to do it. She was very knowledgeable about what kind of things that we should do to make it the best drawing, as in like the size of it, and kind of the composition as well. So I left that completely up to her because I just figured she knows best. And then what I did was I sent her loads of photos. So I sent her photos of me, I sent her photos of Mike, I sent her photos of us together, I sent her pictures of Jeff. She is awesome at drawing animals. So I have had it before where people are either really good at drawing animals or really good at drawing humans, but she has both of those skills. She said that her family had kept chameleons before as well, which was also really handy because there are some things with chameleons that some people just do wrong just out of lack of knowledge, and that's nothing against them. That's just, if you don't know a chameleon, then you may draw its tail around the wrong way. I know that sounds really crazy, but it's a thing, okay? So basically I sent her loads and loads of photos, and then she confirmed that she was able to do it and gave me a rough price. We then agreed on like a final total, and that was the price that I paid her, which also included the shipping of the print as well. I did this through PayPal, so I offered just to do it kind of all from my end. So I took her PayPal address and I just shot her over the money, and that was it really. You can, obviously with PayPal, you can choose if you want to pay through goods and services, or if you want to do friends and family. With goods and services, some money is taken out of the total money that you send. So if you sent £40, the artist would receive like £38 because a little bit of money would be taken out. However, if you do send it friends and family, the whole kind of total, so if you sent £40, the artist would get that full £40. Now that is completely up to your discretion. I did decide to send it friends and family just because she is an artist that I know and trust, and since she has like created kind of artwork of me before, and she is kind of known in the community, I did trust her give me the goods, if that makes sense. But obviously you do have that option if you would like to be kind of covered a little bit more. So the process was very smooth. We did draw out like a pencil sketch. I will kind of insert them like around here if I can. She did send me a pencil sketch just to check that the composition was right. She then started to add in like her pen details, and she updated me with every step of the way. She did keep checking back, making sure it was what I was after, and like silly little things she like went through and edited, like with her like first sort of draft as such. Mike's beard was very, very short, which to be fair, she did ask me how long I would like his beard to be, and I said, I don't know, like shortish. And then I showed Mike and he was like, make it longer. So I was like, great. So then I had to kind of go back on myself and say like, oh, can you make it a little bit like longer there? And she completely was so happy with that. I did offer to send her like extra money for all of these like additional changes I was making, but she just said, you know, it's part of the process. So she kind of bulked out his beard for me, like all these silly little changes, even down to like me wanting to add like my dot into the picture. She did all of that for me, and I am so excited to like show you this final result. I have had this in my room for a few weeks now, and I have been so excited to make this video, partly to show you but also just so I can put it up finally, because I just love the picture. And as with a lot of like artwork that I get commissioned, I always find that the picture on the phone looks amazing and I love it and I'm like, yes, this is perfect. And then I get it in real life and it's like another level of amazing. Like in real life you're like, what? Because there's like so many details that just like a phone camera can't pick up. So it came in this like big old like hard envelope just to make sure it wouldn't be squished, and then inside is my drawing. So I will show you the one, I'm pretty sure it's still on here. I will show you the little one that she sent me anyway. So this was like the free one. So this is the one she created for Mama Goth's collaboration. And this is one that she offered like just to send me free as like a gift, because she'd obviously drawn them all, so she was like sending them to the people she had drawn. And then this is the one that I paid for. So I didn't actually know she was drawing this until after she had done it. And honestly, she has got so many of the details so right, even to the fact that I have this random flick of hair that just kind of comes out. Yep, she's got that. So she created this just through, I guess, pictures on my Instagram, maybe looking at videos and things. I'm not entirely sure, but all I know is it is amazing, and I really wish I had that jawline. Maybe if I gave myself... There you go. Killing it. So I absolutely loved this picture. I love the kind of style of it. There's nothing I can really compare it to, but it's very almost like sketchy yet detailed. There's lots of fine lines going on in there, and I just love it. So here it is a little bit closer. As you can see, there is so many lines and details going on in here, which definitely I don't feel like the kind of phone pictures of them really show. It is in like a plastic sleeve, which is why it's kind of shiny. It is just on regular paper, but I'm leaving them in these sleeves until I found frames for them. But as you can see, like, she has got all my piercings correct. As I said, she got this crazy part of my fringe correct, and I absolutely just loved it. She's even put me in a little Hell Bunny dress, which I love. I was like, sorry, I was like, yay, that's my Hell Bunny dress. So I really loved it, and I just couldn't believe all the crazy amount of detail she's put in there, and especially since this is just like an A5 sheet as well. It's not even that big of a canvas, and she's been able to kind of fit all of those details in. I absolutely love this version of myself, and I think I probably will be like framing this and putting this in my room. And although both of these pictures I feel like do have characteristics of me, as I said, it's not like completely realistic, but it is like enough so that you could tell who it's meant to be. I feel like they both have very different vibes. This one definitely gives me like my own boss kind of vibes, like gotta get on and make these videos and do your work and finish your dissertation, whereas this one gives me a bit more of like a warm feel and like a lovely little a little scale baby mum feel. Like, I love it. So this is a lot bigger than the other one, so I'm gonna have to move over. This is the one which I had commissioned, and as you can see, it is featuring both me, Mike, and my chameleon Jeff, who I love. And I absolutely love this. She did ask me a lot of other things as well, which I didn't actually mention. She did ask me if there was any particular jewelry which I wear daily. And also asked if I like wanted to be wearing any specific clothes. So I did ask if I could have mine in a Killstar dress. because what else would I be wearing? I asked for my coffin necklace and my ankh. I did ask for my piercings the same, and my little spot, which she very kindly added in. She got Jeff's grumpy ass face, perfect. And then the same with Mike. She did ask about Mike, and I told her about his piercings. So this is the picture that she created of us two. One thing that I did really love about this like picture of me is how like bright she got my hair. This one's kind of like the wrong angle for you to be able to see it, but definitely on this one you can see this whole like strange side thing that I do. I don't know why I do that, but she has got that like completely correct. Same with like my fringe shape and stuff. As I said, although these aren't like hyper realistic, you can definitely like see where she's got like her inspirations from. So I didn't actually realize she was gonna do that kind of thing, but you can see that she's kind of gone the extra mile to get those like fine little details in there. And then she has included my necklaces and even my spiderweb killstar dress, which I love. And then as you can see, my hair like swirls across, and then we come over to my lovely little Jeff. So here is Jeff. She's like, it's really odd that she's been able to kind of capture his colors and his markings, even though it's a black and white piece. So you can see like all of Jeff's different markings in there, and his little tail, which is so cute. Look at his hand. Oh, I just love Jeff so much. Do you think you guys understand how much I love Jeff? And then she did Mike, and just like look at all the different lines that are in his hair. Like that is insane how long that must have taken. He's got his very dark eyes, although Mike was like, I don't have dark eyes, and I was like, yes you do, Mike, you have these big round circles around your eyes. And he was like, oh, okay, maybe I do. So we've got, she's like captured Mike's features like so well and puffed out his beard for him, which he was very happy about. And yeah, I just absolutely love it. I definitely feel like it has captured like all of our kind of main features, and this is definitely like what I'd expect if you were going somewhere. Like for our caricature, if you're paying someone to create a picture of you and your other half, you and your mother, or you and your brother, or you and your sister, like you and your friend, like you want them to create a nice picture that you are proud of and excited about, and that makes you feel happy when you look at it. And like she has done that. She has created the best versions of ourselves, and I am so pleased with this. I cannot wait to get a frame. So yeah, this is everything that I wanted and more, just so much more, and I cannot wait. As I said, she has put it in like a see-through plastic thing just to keep it nice and clean, and I will be leaving it in there until I get a frame. This is on a 3 paper, but she has left a bit of a border on the sides, so I could get like a slightly smaller frame, but I love this composition. Definitely will make sure that I will be getting a frame that won't kind of overlap any of these details. And as a side note, I absolutely love the fact that on the note she sent me, she signed it "Respectfully Spooky Hugs." That is consent. I love that. If you have an idea of any artwork that you would like doing, I feel like this would be a really nice like option to get for your other half or your friend, and it's quite a quick kind of payoff thing as well. I think it was around like 10 working days between when I like placed the order and when I received it, so it was quite like a quick process, especially for the fact that this is a very large drawing and this isn't like her full-time job. So definitely, if you have like an idea of a portrait in mind, whether you'd like one of yourself or you with your pet, or even just your pet, like you can have portraits of just your pet. They're probably the most important person you should get portraits of. If you are looking for any portraits, definitely go and check out Suitably Sinister. She has an amazing and very, very unique style, which I definitely have not seen anywhere else. There are quite a few artists out there who have very, very similar styles, but this is just so unique and so spooky and so gothic, and I absolutely love it so much. So yeah, definitely check her out. Tell her what you like, and then she can give you kind of personal prices on that. She does also do smaller logos, so if you are looking for a small little logo just for like your little circle or your profile picture or anything along those lines, she does also do logos. So I may be hitting her up soon for a logo for this channel, because if you guys can't tell, I am literally living for her work. So I will leave all the information that you need down in the description below. If you do have any questions, comments, please do leave them down below. If it's anywhere you are, I hope you're enjoying the shade, and I will see you next time. Bye!